Oh hey guys, it's T-Man. I'm back with a new video on WillTennyson. Yes, the lifting slave, the gym lifting slave himself. And I would probably, I don't know, would I call him a fitness influencing slave? Probably influencer slave. I don't know, but could be one of those two. Yeah. So WillTennyson, yes, he's advocating here that how I blew up my chest. He's going to explain to you how he blew up his chest before after. So WillTennyson says, how I blew up my chest. I can't wait to do a reaction video to this. All right.
A lot of people have massive arms, round delts, but a chest so flat, you're gonna hang a painting on it. Look, I'm not saying you gotta be part of Playboy, but you wanna actually look like you hit the bench, not ride it. I've been able to build my chest to something I'm quite proud of, and a lot of you have noticed. Here's how we go from an A to a double D. Let's go. Tip number one, use the Smith machine.
From an A to a double D, Smith machine. Yeah, I don't really like Smith machines, but okay. Yeah, I've used them.
Machine gets a bad rap because it's not the actual bench press, but the Smith machine is like a strap-on. It's not the real thing, but man, does it ever work well. Okay. The benefits of the Smith machine over...
How does it work well? What does it do exactly there, WillTennyson?
A regular bench press is you can push sets much closer to failure and even to failure much more safely.
So you can push them to failure. Why do you want to go to failure? That's the question is, why do you want to go to failure on the bench press? Why?
See, at this point of the set, with a regular bench press, I know I cannot get any more reps. But with the Smith machine, I can push through the bar and get a couple more reps in. That means I get more effective reps with the Smith machine. I definitely paused too long here.
Why? So you can pump more glycogen in the muscle? For every gram of glycogen, for every gram of fake food, carbohydrate, fake food he's eating, 3 grams are drawn between the skin and the muscle. Water is drawn between the skin and muscle into the muscle. Okay, creating these artificial muscles, sarcoplasmic muscles. Cool, man. You know, this guy, I've seen what he eats, man, and it's all slave food, man. So he's just building fake muscles again. Look, WillTennyson is fat. If you're asking my opinion, WillTennyson is fat, but you're gonna say, well, he looks like he has muscles. He's an ectomorph. He's got very low body fat, but he's got very thin skin. He's an ectomorph, but he's still fat because, man, just because you can't understand what that means being fat, look, it's a type of energy source, carbohydrates. Some load in the muscle, some load in the triglyceride, okay? As an energy source, he's still fat. Did he actually build some muscle? Like that, I can't truly say for sure. Maybe he built some contractile proteins a little bit here and there. He's got some newbie gains, I don't know. But after that, it's usually protected by the repeated bout effect because I don't see him doing any unaccustomed exercises. Look, science tells you already in NCBI, unaccustomed exercise is known to cause widespread muscle damage. It doesn't say trained muscles get this damage or anything like that. And it says that with a repeated bout, it's protected from any more damage, from getting what? From getting any more damage. But what? By what? By the repeated bout effect phenomenon. PubMed.
I just got 3 additional really good high-quality reps close to failure that I wouldn't have got on the bench press.
But what is the purpose behind going to failure, Will? Why? Why are you going to failure?
Smith machine is really good at maintaining tension on the muscle and really
so you can fail?
Pushing it to its maximum capability.
Okay, so tension and pushing it to its maximum capability. For what purpose?
Tip within a tip here. So I started with the incline. People think that incline is superior to all other angles for the chest. That is far from the truth.
Look, man, power lifters, they usually do 5x5 or 5x3. Okay? They do very little repetitions. They don't even do high sets.
All angles are good. You can love cowgirl, but it's always worth reversing it from time to time. So start incline one day, start flat, mix it up. Tip number 2, do not pre-exhaust. So pre-exhausting is simply isolating and fatiguing the muscle, the chest, by doing some sort of a pec fly before
pre-exhausting, fatiguing the muscle. Okay, pec fly, yes. Okay, you
going into your main compound movement like the bench press.
Why? Because if you stretch your muscle in the beginning, it'll be weakened. And so you won't have enough strength and power to push that weight. That's what's going to happen. Okay.
99.99% of you do not need to be doing this. You just need to focus on getting as strong as you possibly can on the main compound.
It's a known fact that When you're lifting this weight on the eccentric movement, you're getting a stretch. That stretch is causing weakness. You can read it in science, man. It's associated with weakness, reduced force capacities. That's why when you're moving through the exercise, you just can't push it anymore.
Movements being the bench press, because if you go into the bench press already fatigued from flying, you're going to be weaker, which means less weight on the bar, less tension on the muscle, and less overall growth. And there's also been many
less overall growth, maybe less overall damage if you're getting any, but you're not getting damage. Now, maybe stressing the myofibrillar, again, you know, you're stressing the myofibrillar, but you got to go eat to increase these contractile proteins. What are they? Man, science tells you, I even post in my community section sometimes, sarcomere number in series. You can get a sarcomere number in series. They're contractile proteins. That's what they're referring to when they say contractile proteins. They increase in the muscle fibers, yes.
Studies showing if you fatigue your chest before the bench press, tricep activation goes up, chest activation goes down, because something needs to get that weight up. Triceps take over, your chest is already fatigued. So it's kind of counterproductive for what you really want to do. So if you really want to do some fly.
Okay, to him, you're building the chest. You're building it with what? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. He's telling you you're building a chest. What are you building there? Well, how can a weight build a chest? Well, this is building a chest. Okay, it's building what? Glycogen in there. Man, he didn't say you were getting micro tears, micro injuries, or he didn't say you're going to build up after your exercise, go and eat and build up these contractile proteins when protein synthesis exceeds that breakdown, you being in a positive nitrogen balance to increase the sarcomere number in series. Here's a question. Can you do the same body parts every single day and then go eat for a couple of hours? Being in a positive nitrogen balance, eating and protein synthesis exceeds breakdown, and build up the sarcomere number in series? Yeah, you can do that. I've mentioned this before in my videos. Yes, you can do that. You could literally work out on the same body parts every single day, and then after your workout, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown, so you can build these contractile proteins. Now, I wouldn't technically I wouldn't recommend every day, maybe every other day doing the same exercises, but not every day. You know what I mean? Anyways,
is reverse the order. Start with the bench press and then do your flies. So who should be pre-exhausting? This is for.
But yeah, if you're a young person, maybe a teenager, up to the age of 20, between, I don't know, 12 years old and whatever, 13 and 25. Yeah, you can get away with it. You can lift every single day. Full body every day, every single day, is providing protein synthesis exceeds that breakdown after your workout. You can increase these sarcomere numbers in series. Yes, you can increase the contractile proteins in your muscles, definitely, because you're still growing. You are still growing. You're in a growth state.
People who are already incredibly strong, like benching 405 for multiple reps, doing that kind of weight for that many reps is extremely taxing on your recovery, your joints. The stimulus to fatigue ratio is incredible.
Yeah, those people are really stupid. Lifting a heavy weight, bleeding from the nose, destroying their body. Okay.
Really high. So by pre-exhausting your muscles, you can go into the bench press where you're already pretty strong at with much.
Yeah, you pre-exhaust your muscles, and what do? All of you go eat a slave diet, a carbohydrate, a very high carbohydrate, sugar, slave diet. And then what are you building there? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles. One can precede the other.
Less weight and hit that desired rep range that you want while also keeping recovery in mind. Tip number.
Oh man. Okay, whatever. I don't want to even say it.
Number 3, partial reps past failure. So I've been told many times, just because I'm finished doesn't mean the job is done. So when you're doing your flat dumbbell press or really any chest exercise, and you're going, you're doing your regular reps, and you get to the point where, it's getting really hard, you normally just stop the set. But don't stop the set. Come back down and start banging out some partial reps, because in the stretch position is where most of the chest grows.
In the partial position, that's when it grows. It won't grow if protein synthesis doesn't exceed that breakdown. It won't grow. It won't grow. It won't grow if you don't eat sufficient amount of protein. If you're not in a positive nitrogen balance, it won't grow. Now, if you're providing you are eating and you are a young person, okay, between the ages of 13 and 25, you definitely are going to grow. You're going to grow. But then you're going to say, well, I'm not growing anymore. Yeah, because you guys are just not doing certain things. You're not eating enough and certain things. You stagnated. You got to start eating more. You got to do more of everything.
So go do your set. Get to the point where you can't do a full rep anymore. Come back down and start banging out some partials. Just like this. Boom.
Cool.
Boom, until you can't anymore. How do you know you're done? When you can't even partial rep a hug. Just go. Go.
All right.
Go. And done. By the end of the set, your shirt is going to be screaming for mercy because your pump is going to be so big. I don't recommend doing...
There you go. Pump is going to be so big. You don't get pumped on a carnivore diet, on a high protein diet. You do not get pumped. You do not get any pumps. Yeah, but if you eat some more animal fat, you may get a little bit, but you're not going to get pumped. Carbohydrates, they cause that. These artificial foods that you're eating, carbs, plants, whatever, they cause that pump. That means that for every gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water being drawn between the skin and the muscle into the muscle, creating these artificial muscles.
Partial reps past failure for every single set of your workout. Do it for a couple of movements. For the last set, maybe the last 2 sets, that's it, because it's very taxing.
Will doesn't fool me.
Tip number 4, use machines.
Will doesn't fool me.
They are amazing for the chest, and there's nothing wrong with bringing some toys to the party. So with the machine, you don't have to worry about stabilization muscles. You can actually just focus on the rep quality, the range of motion, rep speed, and a good deep stretch. So
machines are just business for people to make sales, that's all. And you use them in the gym and they make sales. It's just a lazy form of exercise. Everything free weight is the best, but yeah, you could use machines and everything. Sure, I'll use them too, cable machines and all kinds of stuff. But really, that's what they're made for, really.
for the setup, I like to actually put the handles as far back as I possibly can. Ideally, you have the machine that you can kind of press, so that helps to bring the handles up to you. I don't here. That's why.
They could be, this machine could be good because it has the pedal you can press to do the negatives on it. Sure, for sure, yeah, definitely. That definitely helps if you don't have a partner.
Kind of just slide into it. And I also like to generally have the handles at nipple height slightly higher for a higher press. Squeeze. Rep speed control all the way down. Stretch. Just like that. Machines get a bad rap because they're machines, but honestly, ever since I started using machines, I saw a whole...
I'm gonna skip that. Machines are okay.
Why do a website when you
stay in the stretch position, because that's where a lot of the
Yeah, I would agree, man. I'm gonna scroll through this.
growth is. We're trying to maximize our time.
That's not where the growth is. That's where the maximal damage is. You're causing damage. It's just a different kind of damage. It's not micro damage.